Libra, as December 2025 opens, something in the air feels unmistakably different, subtle yet charged, like the moment just before a truth reveals itself. You may sense it without knowing why, a shift in tone, a quiet stirring in your intuition, a feeling that life is rearranging itself in your favor, even if the details are still hidden. This month begins with a whisper, not a shout, but it's the kind of whisper that changes the direction of your entire winter. As the days unfold, the atmosphere around you softens into something almost cinematic. The pace slows, the world feels gentler, and suddenly you're able to hear your own thoughts more clearly. The chaos of the past months loosens its grip, and your energy begins to settle. December asks you to breathe deeper, trust your timing, and allow clarity to rise naturally, without forcing it into shape. Emotionally, this month brings a wave of honesty. You're more attuned to your own feelings, more aware of where your energy flows easily and where it drains. Old emotional patterns don't hold the same power over you. Instead, you're guided by a quieter, steadier intuition. You may notice that conversations feel more meaningful, and that you're drawn only to what feels authentic. It's as if December is gently turning your attention inward, but not in a heavy or introspective way, more like a lantern being placed in your hands, illuminating everything you've been trying to ignore. This emotional clarity becomes your compass for the month. You begin to understand what you're ready to release and what you want to protect. You may feel a growing pull toward balance, not the kind you perform for others, but the kind that nourishes you at the root. December invites you to choose peace more intentionally, and with each small choice, your inner world becomes steadier. Around you, life moves with a new softness. Small moments feel brighter, conversations feel more aligned, and your own presence feels more grounded. This isn't coincidence, it's the universe matching your energy. And as this balance begins to form, you'll notice opportunities stirring quietly in the background, tiny openings that hint at something larger preparing to unfold. In your personal life, you may feel a shift in how you connect with others. Not dramatic, but meaningful. You're ready to speak more honestly, to ask for what you need, to set boundaries without guilt. The relationships that matter respond to this shift with warmth. The ones that don't, well, December helps you see them more clearly. And beneath all this softness, a quiet current begins to move. Something is approaching, a moment, a realization, an opportunity, that will ask you to step forward with both grace and courage. In your relationships, December unfolds with a gentle but unmistakable shift. Whether you're partnered or single, you'll feel a deepening, of understanding, of emotional presence, of sincerity. You may notice people opening up to you more easily, drawn to the calm steadiness you project this month. Conversations that once stalled now flow naturally. Tensions that lingered in the background soften as you find the right words at the right time. If you're in a relationship, December brings an opportunity to reconnect on a quieter, more intimate level. Not through grand gestures, but through simple, honest moments, shared thoughts, subtle vulnerabilities, unguarded truth. If there has been distance, you'll sense a bridge forming. If the connection has been strong, a new chapter of clarity and warmth opens. If you're single, your energy carries an attractive balance of openness and self-assurance. Someone may step forward, drawn not just to your charm but to the emotional maturity you radiate. And you, Libra, are more discerning now. You're not seeking intensity, you're seeking resonance. Someone who feels aligned rather than dramatic. Someone whose presence feels like a gentle exhale. In your work and ambitions, December acts as a quiet recalibration. The pressure you've been carrying begins to ease, allowing you to think more clearly and make choices from alignment rather than stress. A project, idea, or connection you'd nearly written off may reappear with unexpected relevance. A conversation, an email, or a simple suggestion could shift your direction in a way that feels surprisingly natural. This isn't a month of forcing progress, it's a month of recognizing it. You may feel compelled to reorganize your workflow, clear mental and physical clutter, or rethink your priorities for the coming year. These small actions create more space than you expect. And in that space, inspiration slips in, quiet, unhurried, but full of potential. Financially, December brings stability with an undercurrent of strategic insight. You become more mindful of where your resources go and what truly feels worth your investment, whether time, energy, or money. This grounded approach prepares you for important opportunities that begin forming early next year. Energetically, you're steady but sensitive this month. Not fragile, receptive. You're absorbing signals from your environment with unusual clarity. You might find yourself craving gentle routines, meaningful conversations, or quiet spaces that let your intuition breathe. Follow those impulses. They lead you toward balance, and balance is where your power lives. Still, beneath the calm surface of December, something continues to build. A decision, a realization, or a shift is coming into focus, even if only in outlines for now. You can feel it approaching, like the faint glow of dawn before the sun breaks the horizon. As December moves into its middle weeks, a deeper emotional theme begins to rise for you: alignment. Not the polished, surface-level harmony Libra is often associated with, but the real kind, the kind that asks you to honor what feels true, even when it's inconvenient, even when it requires change. You may find yourself seeing certain parts of your life with new clarity. Something you have been tolerating out of habit suddenly feels too heavy. A desire you've been suppressing begins to speak louder. A boundary you didn't know you needed becomes unmistakable. Yet none of this feels chaotic. Instead, it feels like the quiet rearrangement of your inner world finally reaching the surface. December invites you to choose what nourishes you rather than what keeps the peace. Emotionally, you step into a stronger version of your intuition. You trust what you feel. You trust what your body reacts to. You trust what your heart recognizes before your mind catches up. And this trust becomes a guiding force in your conversations, your decisions, your expectations. What once confused you now reveals itself with simplicity. There's a moment this month, subtle but powerful, when you look at a situation that used to overwhelm you and realize that it no longer holds that power. It's as if you've outgrown an old fear without noticing when the shift happened. This is one of December's gifts, the quiet dissolving of emotional patterns you thought you'd always be battling. In your relationships, someone may show up for you in an unexpected way. A gesture, an apology, a confession, or a moment of tenderness that reaches deeper than you expect. It's a reminder that connection doesn't always come from intensity, sometimes it comes from gentle consistency. And if someone new has been slowly entering your orbit, December brings a spark of recognition, a sense that this person sees you with an honesty that feels rare. In your work or ambitions, a small but meaningful breakthrough arrives. You might gain clarity on a long-term vision, receive support you didn't anticipate, or realize that an idea you thought was fading is actually evolving into something more aligned. A door you thought was closed cracks open again, but this time, you're viewing it with wiser eyes. You're not rushing. You're not forcing. You're choosing with intention. Your energy shifts in these weeks too. You become more grounded, more centered, more connected to your purpose. Even when challenges arise, and they might, briefly, you move through them with surprising ease. It's not luck. It's alignment. It's you responding from a place of truth rather than trying to balance everything around you. And through all of this, something is building in the background, a moment of clarity approaching like a steady tide. You may not know exactly what it is yet, but you can feel it, a sense that December has been preparing you for one specific turning point. As the final days of December unfold, the energy around you sharpens into focus. What was once only a faint outline becomes clear, and the month reveals the moment it has been guiding you toward. Between December 28th and 30th, a striking insight or opportunity emerges, one that feels both surprising and inevitable. It may arrive through a conversation, a decision you suddenly feel ready to make, or an unexpected message that reframes everything. This is the turning point December promised, the moment when your inner and outer worlds align, and you understand why certain detours, pauses, or emotional shifts had to happen earlier in the year. It's like stepping into the light after moving through soft shadow, gentle, warm, undeniable. This revelation doesn't overwhelm you, it settles into you with calm certainty. You know what to release. You know what to move toward. You know what deserves your attention as the year closes. The hesitation that lingered in the background dissolves, replaced by a sense of direction that feels steady and deeply personal. In your relationships, these final days bring tenderness, clarity, and presence. You are more open, more grounded, more attuned to what truly matters in the connections you choose to nurture. If you're partnered, this period strengthens your bond through honesty and renewed understanding. If you're single, a spark of attraction or a moment of emotional recognition may light the path toward the new year, subtle, but enough to stir hope. In your work, you approach your responsibilities with unusual calm. You're efficient without rushing, thoughtful without overthinking. You sense what needs to be finished before the year ends and what can gently wait for January. The balance you've been seeking, the one between ambition and well-being, finally begins to feel possible. As the year prepares to close, you may take a quiet moment to look back, not with regret, but with gratitude for your own resilience. You'll see the shifts you've made, the strength you didn't always acknowledge, the wisdom you earned through both softness and challenge. You end 2025 not searching for balance, but embodying it. And December leaves you with one final message: the new year will meet you exactly where you stand, so stand in your truth. Thank you for spending this time with me, Libra. If this reading resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for your monthly forecasts. Your path is unfolding beautifully, one aligned choice at a time.